August, and to welcome Minister McConalogue here, I suppose, speaking on the Veterinary Medicinal Products, Medicated Feed and Fertilisers Regulation Bill 2023. And Minister, just to thank you for bringing this. It's great to see how the Department of Agriculture is embracing the digital side of things here. I mean, it really is. It would be great to see this across a number of other departments. It's very crucial, of course, AMR, the antimicrobial resistance. We see this the whole time, of course, you know, when you look at chemists and pharmacists, you know, the regulations that they have to look at when it comes to trying to manage AMR, particularly in our hospitals and so on. So this, of course, is looking at our food chain. But when you're putting this together, the National Veterinary Prescription System, NVPS, I suppose just in your response, Minister, you might, I don't know if you have time to comment, but just how you see perhaps this working in the first year and so on, or, you know, how would you evaluate this maybe after a year or so? It's great that it's free, it's great that it's also coming on the phone as well as the laptop and so on, but I suppose just how do we ensure that all vets are going to be able to use this system? I suppose the crucial part here is that in doing this, we are trying to ensure that there's better practice, best practice, I suppose, that's been rolled out across the country. When it comes to best practice, I suppose there's probably a role here, I would guess, in terms of Teagasc perhaps, in rolling this out and working with farmers around this as well. Do you have any ideas on potentially, when the bill comes to pass, how that might work as well? So just if you have any comments on that. The bit here that as well that I was just looking at, you know, where we're talking about improving animal health and preventing disease and so on, and of course that this will be important for us and for farmers in the long term because, you know, hopefully this will open up more markets for us at an international level, that more markets will be open to Ireland because of our reputation for grass-fed beef and the health side of what we're doing here. But can I ask, around farmers as well, the costs in relation to this? Have we done any research into potential costs for farmers coming out of this with the prescription side? How can we support them in terms of access to all types of antibiotics? And I suppose, you know, here there's probably access to a lot of generics and so on, but are there ways that we're looking at with the department and how we make sure that the cost to farmers are monitored and managed? The other part then, of course, is the fertilizer database, which you've mentioned here as well. And of course, again, very important to see this, and of course that we're seeing hopefully more competition, and you know that the costs here are not going to be as bad as they have been previously. But the fertilizer database, of course, then that there's going to be a rollout to farmers around this, and will those be two separate systems? I suppose I was just curious about. Are they integrated systems or are they two separate? So, Garmagat, Minister, and thank you for your time today.